Good morning, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora matrix. My people, all in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fame. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you re-enslaved the African American, the Latinos, etc.? There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I update you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to you something from the word of the Most High God. We are still in the book of Revelation, and so far we have uncovered some damning truth which the white man don't want you to know about, and they don't want to hate themselves, because they have been busy spreading lies about the gospel of the Most High God. There are many people, including black people, who try to make themselves important and say to believers in the Most High God that we are worshiping the white man's God. But as you have seen from Revelation and from my teachings, the Most High God have dishonored, disrespect, and declared his hatred for the white man. He has nothing to do with the Caucasians. And it is there in that same Bible who these people, these reprobates, are trying to discredit because they are doing the biddings of their father, the devil. They are hoping that they can get you to disbelieve the scriptures long enough so that you can become a castaway, and they will get your soul to be in the same category as their soul, a soul that is doomed for destruction. Enough of that. Let us get into the reason why we are here. And we are going to discuss the sounding of the sixth trumpet. The sounding of the sixth trumpet starts in Revelation chapter 9 verses 13, and it carries through to the end of Revelation chapter 9. I am going to take the same format I used in discussing the fifth trumpet, where I read the entire passage of scriptures that covers the sixth trumpet, and then I'm going to go through it verse by verse and explain what is happening here, as I did when we discussed the sounding of the fifth trumpet on Monday. Revelation chapter 9 verse 30. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and of brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three were a third of the part of man killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouths and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not, of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of their murders, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, nor of their theft. Revelation chapter 9 verse 13, with the sounding of the first trumpet. When the first trumpet was sung, a voice came from the four horns which is on the altar that is before the Most High God, and it gave the sixth angel an instruction. And his instruction was to go and loose the four angels that was bound in the great river Euphrates. If you could remember correctly, in Revelation 7 that dealt with the sealing of the Israelites, the 144 Israelites, by the angels. Before those sealing took place, there were four angels standing at the four corners of the earth, holding back the winds of the earth so that the wind will not blow on the earth. And those winds were supposed to halt the earth and the sea and the trees. And the angel that carried the seal, the angels that carried the seal said to the four angels, hold up, hold up, hold up. Don't injure the earth or the sea or the trees yet, because there's something that is critically important that must take place before this happens. We have to go down and seal those righteous Israelites, 144 of them, with the seal of the Most High God in their foreheads. These four angels were anxious and ready to do their job, because they have been created for this particular purpose, and they have been waiting for quite a long time for this very important assignment that they were going to be now going on. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, to slay a third part of man. If you can remember well, in Ezekiel 4:6 and Numbers 14:34, the Most High says that you must take a day in prophecy and make it a year. So therefore, these four angels were prepared for an hour, which is equivalent to 15 days, 1 day, which is equivalent to 1 year, 1 month, which is equivalent to 30 years, that is 31 days, 31 years, 15 days, and a year, which is equivalent to 360 years. So these four angels were ready to execute their assignment for 391 years and 15 days. And that is why they had to bind them in the river Euphrates, because they were anxious to get out in the field and do that which they were created to do. Their assignment was to kill a third of mankind. There are 8 billion people on this earth today, so it is said. That means those angels had an assignment to kill over 2.3 billion people. And these were angels of the Most High God, and they were anxious and willing to do it, because these are people who are reprobate and did not deserve anything but the worst that the Most High had to offer. These were the same men and women who got involved in homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion, and those who were raped and failed to out their rapists. They deserved only the worst thing the Most High had to offer, and that was the wrath of these four angels and the army that they commanded. Verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. You know what that is? That amount up to an army of 200 million. John saw the horses in his vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplate of fire, and jacinth, and brimstone. This is not an army of men. because men cannot wear a breastplate of fire and brimstone, because the heat from the fire and the brimstone will consume him. So this is an army of heavenly creatures that were prepared especially for this assignment. And the head of the horses were as the head of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. And by these three, the third part of men were killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouth. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they did hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk, neither repented they of their murders, of their sorceries, of their fornication, and of their thefts. You must also remember that the people who have been killed by this mighty army that numbered 200 million, which rode on horses with lions' heads, and fire and brimstone and smoke comes out of their mouths, and they have tails of snakes that were biting people also. These victims were the Caucasians nation and all of the members of the other 7 nations who were deceived by the Caucasians, who saw it fit to squander their soul in homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion, and who were raped and failed to out their rapists. These men and women are now getting the just reward for the evil, for abandoning the Most High God and His will for their lives, and choosing pleasure and money over the Most High God. After these angels and the mighty army that they commanded killed 1/3 of men, the men that leave back, they refused to repent and serve the Most High God. They refused to stop worshiping the devil. You see what happened here? When these people got involved in their homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion, and when they were raped and they did not out their rapists, when the spirit of the Most High God left them, devils and demons possessed them. It is not that they did not know. Their conscious mind knew that what they were doing were wrong. But their mind was overpowered by the devils and the demons that possessed them. And even after they were abused by these plagues, they still could not bring themselves to admit that they were wrong and change, because they no longer had the Spirit of the Most High dwelling with them. They could no longer exercise the will of their consciences, because their consciences is now overruled by the devils and the demons that possess them. And that is why no matter what level of pain, torment, and agony they were put through, they could never repent of what they were doing. They had to continue, because they were now controlled by devils and demons. And those are the devils and demons that possess the entire population of California. They are unable to repent. They are unable to go against the will of Satan, their father, for them. Why? Because the deciding factor in their life that gave them a sense of morality, that was the driving force behind their conscience, no longer abides with them. That is why they are called reprobate. They become repulsive to the Most High God. Remember, like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, and there are many more videos like this that are right here. My people, my name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo. I'll talk to you on Friday when we'll do the seventh sounding of the trumpet by the seventh angel.